Welcome to Triptya. In this video I am going to tell some very interesting and wonderful facts about different countries. Let's start this video. Portugal is known to have the highest number of sunshine hours in Europe. With some parts having almost 300 sunny days a year, you can enjoy over 3,000 sunshine hours per year. Canada has the most lakes on the planet. There are more lakes in Canada than in every other country in the world put together. At 1896 kilometers, Canada's Yonge Street is the longest street in the world. Yonge Street starts in downtown Toronto and ends in Rainy River, a small town on the U.S. border to Minnesota. Yonge Street held the Guinness-approved record of longest street in the world up until 1999. With enormous expanses of forest, Russia produces the most oxygen for the planet. It's actually the boreal forest, a coniferous forest, pine and spruce, not a tropical forest that produces the most oxygen on Earth. Switzerland consumes the most chocolate per year with approximately 10 kilos a year per person. Since chocolate making began in Switzerland in 1819, they have continually worked to discover innovative new techniques. One Swiss chocolatier, Rodolphe Lindt, even patented his melt-in-your-mouth technique called conching, which is still used to make Lindt's famous Linder truffles. The Netherlands' male residents are the tallest people in the world. Their height on average is 1.838 m. Peru has more than 3,700 species of butterflies, which is representing 20% of the world's known butterfly species. However, scientists believe that butterfly species in Peru are underrecorded, and that there may be as many as 4,200 species. Also, Peru has more than 2,800 varieties of potatoes, which is more than any other country in the world. Ethiopia follows a calendar that is 7 years behind the Gregorian calendar, the most widely used civil calendar in the world. So to them it is year 2011. And they celebrate New Year in September. New Yorkers drink 7 times more coffee than people in the rest of America. The largest city by area in the world is Nagpur, in China. It is larger than the whole Sweden, and it's just a city. The tiny island nation Niue is the world's first and only Wi-Fi nation with nationwide free access to Wi-Fi provided by the government. Australia has a smaller population, 24.6 million people, than the Tokyo metro area, 38.14 million. Australia is more than 500 times bigger. 90% of the world's fresh water is in Antarctica. The official animal of Scotland is the unicorn. No joke. The most visited place in Europe is Disneyland, Paris. Suriname, the northeast South American country, has the highest percentage of land covered by forest, at 94.6%. The New York Public Library has over 50 million books. Monaco, the second smallest country in the world, is smaller than the Central Park in New York City, area of 2 square kilometers. The driest place on Earth is near Ross Island, Antarctica. It hasn't rained there for millions of years. Bangladesh has a higher population than Russia, although it's 115 times smaller. In Bulgaria, nodding one's head means no, and shaking one's head means yes. Sweden has the largest number of islands in the world, more than 221,831. Italy and France produce over 40% of all wine in the world. 1/3 of all the airports in the world are located in the U.S. Saudi Arabia is the only country in the world not to have any rivers. Australia is wider than the moon. The moon sits at 3,400 kilometers in diameter, while Australia's diameter from east to west is almost 4,000 kilometers. The moon, as a sphere, has more surface size, but it's still pretty amazing. In the Philippines, there's an island in a lake in an island in a lake in an island. That's called the Vulcan Point Island. The ice cream cone was all invented in New York City. The longest tunnel in the world is in Switzerland, with the total length of 57.1 kilometers. Big Ben in London is leaning over so much it can now be seen with the naked eye. In 4,000 years it will be at the same angle as the tower in Pisa is now. There's an opera house on the U.S. Canada border where the stage is in one country and half the audience is in another. Papua New Guinea was still using seashells as its currency when Hitler came to power. The largest museum in the world in terms of objects displayed is the Hermitage Museum in St. Petersburg, Russia. If you spent a minute on every piece, it would take you 11 years to look at everything the museum has to offer. Peru holds the world records for the maximum number of birds sighted in one place and the greatest number of bird species seen in a single day, 331. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please like, share and subscribe for more. Goodbye.